Hey, yo, it's a real life situation. Why is black coffee in Miami
On a fucking Sunday!
on a fucking Sunday?
On a Sunday!
It doesn't make no sense, man.
We're gonna work!
Bruv, we gotta work, bruv.
Bruh!
Black coffee is here on a Sunday, bruv. Come on, bruv.
And he's so flippant sad that a lot of artists, right, seeking international recognition will have to do this, or rather go through this man, so that they get that thumbs of approval for their music, for their talent.
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself
Yeah.
these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
And it's the black people.
It's Luke M.
The court has ordered, or rather issued out, I think, 300 subpoenas. And I don't know whether it has interviewed or it's going to interview 30 witnesses. There is no video on TikTok that's not talking about this whole entire issue. There's so much noise because, and now apparently a lot of people, victims, are actually coming out of the woodworks. And of course, I personally don't know, so I can't validate a lot of what these victims are actually saying, because we don't know. Because there's still a lot going on. There's so much noise everywhere, and we don't know who's telling the truth and who's not. Nonetheless, we're just going to rely on what the feds is saying. That is, Diddy has been detained, and they denied his bail, 50 million bail. It has been denied. So this man is sitting in jail, and worse, he's on suicide watch, because we don't want the same issue as that happened in the whole Epstein case, where cameras were switching on and off just to find out this man has, taken his own life. We don't want to, because there's a lot. This case is so exciting, it's so interesting.
These are the Diddy pictures Hollywood doesn't want you to see. Every A-list celebrity, from Leonardo DiCaprio to Mariah Carey, can be seen partying with the disgraced rapper at his various get-togethers dating back to 1998. Here's a shot from one of Diddy's white parties with Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton in the background. And here he is with Ashton Kutcher and Demi Moore at another party in 2009. Russell Brand, Chris Brown, Lil' Kim, Nicole Richie and Tommy Lee are just a few of the other big-name guests, while another picture from Diddy's East Hampton house shows two women pouring champagne down another woman's throat in the pool. It comes after Diddy was arrested on racketeering and sex trafficking charges, with authorities claiming he threw massive sex parties that were often recorded. Diddy has pled not guilty and faces a minimum of 15 years behind bars if convicted.
And this might actually mark a turnaround in CWS, Celebrity Worship Syndrome. I covered that topic in depth in this particular video, Celebrity Worship Syndrome. This might actually cause that turnaround and that U-turn in celebrity culture, because guess what? The ground has been leveled in regards to the possibility, the endless possibility that people have the opportunity and chance of going viral. You don't need to go through a person. You don't need to go through gatekeepers, the likes of Diddy, who, if you want to blow up, if you want the mainstream, your music to go mainstream, you want to get recognition, you need to go through them. And which to some extent actually created this power dynamic that somehow enabled them to become these monsters that were predators to people that were so innocent. People that just wanted to change their life, better their families, just put their talent out there. I personally am so glad that this whole culture of gatekeeping is being eradicated. And I hope this whole case actually puts a spotlight on the toxicity of more celebrities. And I know a lot of celebrities have actually not been named in this whole entire case. But I hope it gets to that point where a lot of celebrities are going to have to testify and tell their side of the story and their association with Diddy. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. I'm praying that happens, because from there we will see the evil in these celebrities that we tend to glorify and worship and view as our role models. From the Fed's point of view, they have a lot on this man, and I don't see a way out, but I'll explain that later, right? It's part of my conspiracy theories as well.
had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot of business. Because what they would do is Sean talks a lot on the phone and on the TV with speakers and stuff, and I was like a sex slave. Okay, for them that's what I was. That's all. All right. I caught herpes, and I came back and I sued him for the herpes and won. But they did.
And for the most part, we actually owe a lot of conspiracy theorists an apology. Yes, not an apology. Many apologies, because for the most part, these people had been telling us for years that, hey, guys, look at this person. Oh, no, guys, look at this celebrity. I suffered at the hands of this celebrity. These are the things I suffered. Which, of course, right, was hard to believe at that time. One of the reasons is, in as much as this is so telling, but one of the reasons is that according to the mainstream media, these celebrities were portrayed different. And these celebrities, for the most part, in accordance to how they were portrayed by the mainstream media, became the source of our motivation, the source of our encouragement, the source of inspiration. All right. And it was so hard for us to view them in the light of them being PDF files, them being abusers, them being rapists. It was so flippin' far-fetched because, look, these people have a story to them. They came from the bottom, now they are there. So we somehow relate to them. So hence it was so difficult for us to somehow imagine them in that bad light. And yes, we do understand it was due to the reason that we've never really interacted with them. They're just there. So it was also hard because we couldn't actually relate to the many conspiracy theorists or many victims that actually came out to testify and tell us the truth about these celebs. And it is telling also on the second part to the fact that we tend to trust the mainstream media, right, more than we actually say we do. And which is also bad to an extent, because imagine in the case where the mainstream media is trying to push a narrative that is not true. This would mean we will be susceptible, or rather, this will mean us who are susceptible to the narrative that the mainstream normally pushes will be influenced by this wrong narrative, and we're somehow likely, or rather much more inclined to follow the narrative rather than the truth. And of course, yes, that's a topic for another day, but that's just what I took out in regards to to how susceptible we are of mainstream media overall and the mainstream narrative.
Yeah.
You also mentioned you're working with Puff Daddy at the moment. Do you call him Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean?
Well, we call him Puff. We call him Puff. He calls me Black. I call him Puff. Yeah.
Can you tell us about what you're working on with him?
He's working on his album, his last album.
My brother, see it? Yeah. Come to London to bust you across your head. What's up? Hit me, all right?
You know what's the saddest part? Because for many years now, right? And this started when like Afrobeat got its international recognition, right? In the past, where a lot of African artists actually were somehow seeking for validation from a lot of this Hollywood celebrities, right? The likes of Diddy, because Diddy was like the main person these African artists actually wanted to rub shoulders with. You will see them tag him. You'll see them taking pictures with him. You'll see them, responding to him, all this and that, and it's so flippin' sad because, damn, how much control did this man have over the music industry? Or how much control does he still have over the music industry? Because guess what? We're still waiting for him to get convicted. And it's so flippin' sad that a lot of artists, right, seeking international recognition will have to do this, or rather go through this man so that they get that thumbs of approval for their music, for their talent. And I'm just so glad that the ground has been leveled, or rather the ground is being leveled, because this might actually mark the end of celebrity culture. And of course, when something is in surplus, or rather when something is in surplus, it loses its value. So I'm so glad we won't have that thing of celebrity worship anymore. No CWS anymore. Right? Celebrity worship syndrome, this might be the end to it, where we are so dependent on the opinions of celebrities. And I do understand where this comes from. Of course, we as human by nature, we have what we refer to as empathic curiosity, which is basically our need to know what this person is up to know what this person thinks, to know what this person's opinion in regards to this issue is to know what this person is doing. That's part of us. And so our love for celebrities is validated in that very point. But I'm just so glad that this might actually mark the end of celebrity worship. And it's so sad that our African artists, actually had to depend on this person's approval for recognition to be known everywhere. Jeez, this is so flippin' sad. I just hope the landscape, or rather the music industry in Africa, also changes. That instead of seeking international approval from PDF files, right, from grapists, from kid fiddlers, we can actually create our own landscape where we somehow empower ourselves, where we nurture and develop our own talent rather than jumping overseas there. And the crazy thing is, in the years as well, we saw artists that attempted to do that. Like, they were so talented, or they're still talented, right? But they were so recognized in Africa, and their music was popping, and they had a fan base in Africa, and we saw them attempt to jump overseas for approval and recognition, and most of them actually failed. They came back and everything was just ruined, and that was the end of their career, which again, according to conspiracy theorists, is these people did not sell their soul. And yes, you can go check out this video where I talk about what it means to sell your soul. These people did not sell their soul, and there was no international recognition, and their career failed because guess what? The gatekeeper did not approve you and did not approve of your music. And I guess you're not willing to pay the price, because now we know you have to pay a price in order to be recognized. You have to pay a bigger price in order for you to sustain your fame and wealth. Otherwise, that'll be the end of you. So, yes, guys, it is so sad. Hopefully, this will just mark that turnaround in celebrity worship culture. And also, another point is this situation has actually highlighted the point that we can't actually put celebrity in places that don't belong in terms of aspiration, in terms of motivation and encouragement. Because, damn, these people are crazy. They'll be doing the most wildest things. The things we as individuals will not even associate them with.
Tell me about your conspiracy, brother.
My conspiracy theory, right, in regards to this whole entire issue is, yes, this to some extent might be some form of distraction. Like, something is happening, right, and they're trying to distract us maybe from something. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you know this, that there's an event happening. People are trying to do something, but in order for them not to somehow alert people so that people see what's happening, they'll bring up another event so that they turn our attention from this to this. And I do believe that's what is actually currently happening. Because why now, right? Because the US is actually in the midst of, they are going into elections now, and that's when this whole issue is happening. That's when the whole PD arrest is happening. Why now? Like, why now? What's the motive behind this? That's my conspiracy theory, by the way. I'm not saying that's what's happening. Why now? Why is this happening now? Why are they arresting him now? They could have just arrested him, the time when they found evidence and incriminating evidence against him. Why are they doing it now? Again, this is my conspiracy theory. That's a question mark. Why now? Are they trying to distract the mess from something that is happening in regards to the election, or is it something bigger than this? And yes, I personally don't see this guy getting convicted. And one of the reasons is is that a lot of people are actually tied to him. All right. If he's going down, then a lot of people have to go down. Or it's rather like in the case of Jeffrey Epstein. You know how they took out Jeffrey Epstein, because I still believe that they took out Jeffrey Epstein. That man did not die of his own accord. They actually took him out because he had a lot of people who could get incriminated, and a lot of people in powerful places who were like part of his circle involved in whatever was happening with them who could get implicated. And I think the same applies to Diddy's case. There's a lot of people who are going to lose much, a lot of powerful people, and I don't see them going down with him. And they'll find a way, right, to somehow get him out of this whole issue or let the issue die. He might just get like a pat on his wrist and that's it. I actually don't see him getting convicted. That's my opinion. I actually don't see him getting convicted. But nonetheless, guys, those are my thoughts and those are my conspiracy theories. Let's see what unfolds. Let's see what we're going to see in the next few weeks. And fingers crossed. I'm still hoping he gets convicted. But fingers crossed. Let's see what happens and who's going to come forth. Which celebrity is going to be implicated in this whole case. Because conspiracy theorists still have their own conspiracy. The likes of Jaguar Wright. Because her point was 50 cents. It's crazy. You know what? It's so crazy. That's the reason why I don't actually give. Also, this is one of the reasons why I also don't give ears to conspiracy theories, because there's quite a lot of things. They talk about a lot of things that are far-fetched, like you can't really see them. They're just so far-fetched, right? Out of our grasp of understanding or imagination. And a lot of us don't give ears to conspiracy theories because they're talking about a lot of things. And yes, guys, that's it. Those are my 2 cents. Those are my 2 cents. Yes. What do you think about this whole entire Diddy situation? Leave your thoughts below. I'll really appreciate it. And yes, don't forget to like and subscribe. Don't forget to share this video. And yes, I guess I'll be seeing you on the next one. And please watch out for a new video this coming week. And yes, see you on the next one. Ciao.